video, and it's going to be on British Columbia, Canada, and the volcanoes and volcanics. This is going to be a series of videos, as there are many, many, many volcanoes for British Columbia. And we'll start with Anaheim Peak. Anaheim Peak is a volcanic cone in the Anaheim Volcanic Belt in British Columbia, Canada. And there's not much to see there, so we're going to move on to our next one, which is Armadillo Peak. Armadillo Peak is a 7.5 million year old caldera. It's located about 3 kilometers north of Bourgault Creek and northeast of Raspberry Pass, British Columbia, Canada. It is south of Mount Edziza and is overlapped by the Ice Peak Central Volcano, which was formed during the early Pliocene. Its caldera is largely destroyed by glaciers. It is part of the Mount Edziza volcanic complex, which is made up of basaltic lava flows. And I don't know if there might be a view in this area. I'm going to back out and see if we have any views here. And we do not. And we are moving on to the next one, which is Ash Mountain. Ash Mountain is the highest summit in Tuya region of the Stikine Ranges in north-central British Columbia, Canada, located immediately north of High Tuya Lake at the north end of Tuya Mountains Provincial Park. It is one of the 6 tuyas clustered close to Tuya Lake. The base of the volcano comprises pillow lava and hyaloclastite, indicating that the volcano formed beneath ice and under a large lake. The volcano comprises loose debris as well as dikes of basaltic rock that intruded into the volcanic pile. Other tuyas in the area include Tuya Butte, South Tuya, and Matthews Tuya, although most of the group of tuyas are unnamed. You can see here's Tuya Range over here, so back out just a little bit. You can see the other ones in the area. And this is Tuya Mountains Provincial Park. And we may have a view here, so we're going to back out and see if we do. And we do not. I was hoping. Moving on to the next one is True Ashpit. The Ashpit. And some of these don't have really good views on them. The Ashpit is an inactive volcanic crater located in the Spectrum Range in British Columbia, Canada. It is Holocene in age and is considered the youngest feature in the Spectrum Range volcanic complex. It is within the Northern Cordilleran Volcanic Province and is part of the Pacific Ring of Fire that includes over 160 active volcanoes. We have views over this way, so maybe we can go over here and look back at this side. We'll see what we can see looking over this way. Trees. Well, that didn't help. And moving on to the next one, Atwell Peak. Atwell Peak is a dramatic pyramid-shaped volcanic peak located at the southern edge of Mount Garibaldi, British Columbia, Canada. Atwell Peak was formed during an initial period of volcanism 0.51 to 0.22 million years ago and was the source of many pyroclastic flows during Garibaldi's development. Wow, that's huge, guys. Check this out. Okay, let me go up just a little bit and show you how huge this is. This is a big volcano. And I don't know if there's views here, so we'll back out and look, see if we can see one. There is one right up here on top. Check this out. We're going to go right here. There's also one right there. We'll go right here. There we go. Cool, 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 cool. We're on top of Mount Garibaldi. Okay. Ooh, people. So this is up top here. One second. Hello? Hello? Nobody's there. How cute. Okay, so you get a phone call from nowhere. All right. So let's go back up. And that was on top up here. That was cool. I'm looking, that was the only one over there for that one. And moving on to the next one, Bennett Lake Volcanic Complex. Bennett Lake is a huge 50 million year old extinct caldera complex that spans across British Columbia Yukon border in Canada. So this is all a volcanic complex, you guys. And I'm backing out a little bit. Sometimes we get views and sometimes we don't. And I don't see one in this area. So moving on to the next one, Black Dome Mountain. Black Dome Mountain is an ancient butte-like volcano located in the formation known as the Chilcotin Group, which lies between the Pacific ranges of the Coast Mountains and the Mid-Fraser River in British Columbia, Canada. And there doesn't seem to be any views here. Well, check this out. Looks like there is mining going on over here or something. So no views. Oops. And moving on to the next one, the Black Tusk. And this one is cool. The Black Tusk is a stratovolcano and a pinnacle of volcanic rock in the Garibaldi Provincial Park of British Columbia, Canada. And this is the Bishop's Mitre over here, which sits next to the Black Tusk. And there are some views over here, so we're going to go right over here. Maybe we can get a close up. Wow. Check that out. That's a cool view. Oh my God, way up there. Is that beautiful or what? Check out that view. That's gorgeous. Thank you. And moving on to the next one, Blackfoot Diatryma. Blackfoot Diatryma is a diatreme in southeastern British Columbia, Canada. And moving on to Big Timothy Mountain. Big Timothy Mountain, also called Boss Mountain, is a cinder cone in central British Columbia, Canada. And this is it here. I don't know, we may have a view or may not. We don't appear to. And moving on to the next one, Baldface Mountain. You can see how it has the name Baldface Mountain because the outside has no grass or anything on it. Baldface Mountain is a conical butte-like summit in west central interior of British Columbia, Canada. This mountain is volcanic cone consisting of trachyte and phonolite. Phonogenic in nature, it was active 2.52 to 2.37 million years ago. Wow. And there's no views here. And moving on to the next one, Mount Bashari. Mount Bashari is the remnants of a former stratovolcano created nearly 60 million years ago. Between 4 and 6 different glacial periods over the past 50 years have eroded the volcano to produce Mount Bashari. And there is a view on this one. So we're going to go right here. Whee, trees. Wow, check out that view. Check out these gorgeous views. Oh my God. So gorgeous. You know, you guys, if you use the Google Earth that's on Google, and you click on that little peg guy, and you get the blue dots, then you can drop on places, and you get to see some of the most beautiful, beautiful areas. Okay, moving on. Bowie Seamount. Bowie Seamount is a large submarine volcano in the northeastern Pacific Ocean, located 180 kilometers or 110 miles west of Haida, British Columbia, Canada. Our next one is Mount Brew, or Chickamus River. Mount Brew is a volcanic feature in the Mount Cayley volcanic field of the Central Garibaldi volcanic belt of the Canadian Cascade Arc. It was formed during the Pliocene period when volcanic activity in this area occurred under glacial ice during the last glacial period. Although it had a vigorous start, the eruption that formed Mount Brew was not sufficiently sustained to form a larger edifice that could break through the surrounding ice and water to form a tuya. Instead, the eruption produced a subglacial mound. And this is it here. Let's see if we have any views. We do. We have one right here. Awesome. Check this out. Well, it's a snow area. So I think. Sorry. Oh, check out Northern Lights. There's Northern Lights on here. Woohoo! We get the sky. That's gorgeous. Thank you, Nathan. I'm moving on to the next one, which is Bridge River Cones. And this is Bridge River Cones here. Sorry, it's not a great view. This is a volcanic field located on the north flank of the Upper Bridge River. The cones are in the lee of the Lillooet ice cap and sit astride a group of passes between the Bridge River, which flows west-east to their south, and the Lord River, which flows north to Taseko Lakes and the Chilcotin district. I don't know, we may have a view here or not, so I'll back out a little bit and see if there is any in this area, and there does not appear to be. So these would be the river cones. There's a lake there. Moving on to our next one, Buck Hill. Buck Hill is a cinder cone in the Wells Gray Clearwater volcanic field. It last erupted about 10,000 years ago during the last glaciation of the Clearwater Valley. So we can see it here. We'll do a tilt. Now you can see it's located straight ahead, which is here. I don't know, maybe there's a view, I don't know. Check and see. And there's none on this one. And we're moving on to our next one, Cash Hill. Not casual, Cash Hill. Could be casual though. Okay, Cash Hill. Back out's right here, which is here. Cash Hill is a cinder cone in northern British Columbia, Canada. It is thought to have last erupted in the Holocene period. We'll back up some and see what we have here. And we do not have any views for this one. And we're moving on to the next one, Mount Callaghan. We can barely see it here, so let me do a tilt. So you can see where it sticks up there. There you go. Oops. Now I got lost. Uh-oh. Okay. Right here. Okay. Mount Callaghan is a volcanic peak located east of the headwaters of the Squamish River. A crack was observed across Callaghan's summit in the spring of 1999. In 2000, a section of the summit collapsed. And our next one is Camp Hill. Back out a little bit. Camp Hill is here. Camp Hill is a cinder cone in northern British Columbia, Canada. It is thought to have last erupted in the Holocene period. And we're going to back out a little bit and see if we have any views here. And we don't have any. And we're moving on to our next one, which is Capricorn Mountain. And this is Capricorn Mountain here. Capricorn Mountain is one of several volcanic peaks of the Mount Mitre Massif in southwestern British Columbia, Canada. And it's here. Really pretty. Let's see if we have any views here. We have some over this way. Let's see if we can look from this side. See if we can see anything up here, which would be cool. Maybe not, but might be able to. I don't know. Look up. Okay, so it's up here. Well, probably on the other side of this, but it's up that way. Tell me that's not a gorgeous view. And moving on to our next one, Karabutuya. And Karabutuya is here. Karabutuya is a basaltic subglacial mound in far northwestern British Columbia that began eruptive activity under glacial ice during the Fraser glaciation. The volcano is believed to have formed and last erupted during the Pleistocene epoch. Epoch means also age. And we don't have any views here. And we're moving on to our next one, which is Cartuna Peak. Cartuna Peak is a volcanic peak in northern British Columbia, Canada. It's located just southeast of the Crofty crater in Mount Adisa Provincial Park. So let's see if we can see it better. Here we go. Oops. Here we go. So let's go around this way. Go back this way. We'll look that way. So it's here. And moving on to our next one, the Castles Volcano. The Castle is a lava spine located west of Squamish in southwestern British Columbia, Canada. Volcanism at the Castle is controlled by north-south structures, and there are no hot springs known in this area. It forms part of the Monmouth Creek Complex and is part of the Garibaldi Volcanic Belt. Whee! Sorry, you guys. Which is a segment of the Cascade Volcanic Arc. Well, we weren't supposed to be inside the mountain, but that was kind of cool. So this is it here, and we're going to see if we have any views in this area at all. And we have some from over here, so let's see what we can see from over here. That was kind of interesting. So we're going to look back over this way, and it's over here. Let's go over here on the corner. So it's back over in this area over here. So we can see where we were looking. So it's over on this side here, which is where that was. So it's like right around the corner. And moving on to the next one, Castle Rock Volcano. Castle Rock Volcano is a volcanic plug located 13 kilometers or 8 miles west of Iskut and 8 kilometers northwest of Tuxedo Mountain in British Columbia, Canada. Castle Rock is one of the top 10 Canadian volcanoes with recent seismic activity, and the others include Mount Adisa Volcanic Complex, Mount Kale, Hoodoo Mountain, the Volcano, Crow Lagoon, Mount Silverthrone, Mount Meager Massif, Wells Gray Clearwater Volcanic Field, and Mount Garibaldi. I don't know if there's a look here or not. And we do not seem to have one. So we're moving on to our last one for today, which is Cauldron Dome. I'll back out a little bit here. Cauldron Dome is a tuya in the Mount Kale Volcanic Field, British Columbia, Canada. Okay, you guys, thank you for watching. I appreciate you being here. If you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe. Here on Facebook, please like, share my video, and I will be back again with part 2. Thank you, and have a great day.